For the final time this season, we welcome you to the Meadows, where the American League champion is set to be crowned today. It's the Predators and Magic fighting for a trip to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Hello everybody and welcome into the Meadows. I'm Kyle Schultz, this is TC3. We are waiting here to find out who the Eagles will be playing in the World Series, and this is just the second time the Magic and Preds have met in the postseason.
That's right, and the Preds earned their spot here today. The Wildcats gave them about everything they could handle 2 weeks ago in that ALDS. Ryan, of course, played great both offensively and defensively in that series, but I think the difference might have been the contributions from the role players. Warda homered in that series, a walk-off, Russell homered as well, so really they grinded it out. Rudy, of course, has been pretty steadily now producing at the plate too in these last 2-3 series at the Meadows here, so this team, they're definitely hot at the right time, but this Magic team blanked them a couple months ago, so they got their work cut out for them today.
And as you guys know, the Metro Magic are coming off their best regular season ever. They finished 10-5, were division champs for the first time. RJ Walgate, Grant Miller, two guys that pretty much turned a 180 on the squad from 2022. And I want to say though, the X factor in this series might be guys like Agner, Bonham, Curdy, Ackman. If they can come up with some big hits, that's going to be less enticing for Ryan to pitch to Grant Miller, obviously the most lethal guy in the Magic lineup. Grant missed that Diamondback series, so this is the first time he's at the Meadows, honestly in a while, because he was in St. Louis in the previous series, so we'll see if he's a little rusty today. He's Grant Miller, so I don't expect him to be, but just something to note there as well. But I want to go into the starting pitching matchup, because it's crazy today. RJ Walgate, Ryan Cratch, Ryan with a 1.00 ERA, RJ Walgate not too far behind. Two guys that are in the Cy Young conversation, and two guys that really just are so studious in their arsenals and the way they disguise pitches and try to create new pitches every single time at the Meadows. So I can't wait to see these guys go at it.
That's right, and folks, in less than 48 hours, we'll be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the World Series. It'll be the Eastern Eagles taking on the winner of today's series. Tickets are on sale now. Once again, that is Sunday the 29th, 2 days from now, Mercedes-Benz Stadium at 9 a.m. Tickets are in the description below. We'll see you guys out there in just a couple days.
And time now for player interviews. All right, RJ, first postseason series for you. What's the feeling like?
You know, a year ago today, I'd be sitting at home on the edge of my seat wondering what happens. Same scenario, except I got the ball in my hands. You know, I ain't scared of nobody. Just looking forward to attacking, man. It's going to be fun.
All right, Ryan, earlier in the year when you guys played the Magic, didn't go too well for you guys. What's changed since then?
I just think it's the morale around the Predators. You know, when we played the Magic the first time, we kind of beat ourselves. You know, no discredit to their team. They're a good team, but I feel like this is the first time that the Magic have truly faced us.
Love that. Here we go with the ALCS winner to Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Ryan Cratch, Alma College.
Brennan Russell, Grand Valley State University.
Rudy Ramirez, Hawkins Elementary, go Canes.
Alec Warda, Slippery Stairs University.
Grant Miller, Bay City Western High School, Western Michigan University.
Jordan Curdy, Adrian College.
Jack Agner, Bryant University.
Trevor Bonham, Anderson Elementary.
RJ Walgate, Medina Christian Academy.
For the final time, we are set to go at the Meadows in 2023. Outside ball 4 to lead off game 1.
Come on, baby.
Swing and a miss. He got him on 3 pitches. Nice pitch there from RJ Walgate. Strike 3 looking. RJ Walgate, strike 3. Quick pitch. Swing and a miss at 71. Walgate dials in the first. And this Magic team is feeding off him. Here we go in the bottom of the frame. Strike 3 looking on Miller. Great start for Crack. Outside, Curdy walks. Now it's Jack in the 3-hole. He's had a great second half of the year. Fair ball up the middle. It's Russell. Got him at first. Curdy will move to third. He's in there. A good job from Jack to move him 2 bases ahead. But now 2 outs for Bonham. This has been a good AB.
Go, Trev. Come on, T.
Strike 3 looking, Ryan Cratch. Also looking very poised today. 0-0 after 1. Drop ball, strike 3 off the pipe. This is so fun to watch. Walgate and Cratch going back and forth. Shot to right field. It's Bonham. He'll make that play. Right over there in foul grounds. for the second out of the inning. 1 run in this game might be all these squads need. Fair ball back to RJ, the flip over to first, got him clean in the field from RJ and Trevor. Another 0 on the board. Wind blowing out right now. Ball, hit him on the bicep. Base on ball to Grant. What a pitch from Ryan, took some way off. 60 miles per hour on that one. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. 2 down. Just missed the 2-seamer. Shot in the center. God! Trevor Bottom, the X Factor, comes through in game 1. That's all. He doesn't just walk, folks. He goes yard in the postseason. Number 2, Trevor Bottom. 2-0. Yes! Yes, sir! Let's go! Oh my God! Come on! Fair ball, up the middle, Russell! Goes bobbled at first! Right on the brink of making that play with Warda. But a slight bobble extends the inning. Swing and a miss. He got him on the 2-seamer, but not before Bonham's 2-run shot. And now RJ Walgate goes back to work to try and secure game 1. Shot into right field, carrying and yard. First pitch of the inning, and Warner goes yard. Cuts this lead in half, 2-1 game. He's been turning it on in the postseason. He had that walk-off against the Cats, and now his solo shot here in the ALCS. Yeah! Swing and a miss. RJ gets Ryan.
Got 1, baby.
Cut.
Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. 2 down.
Keep going, Deuce. Come on, Ari. All you, baby.
Got him looking. RJ Walgate for the game 1 victory. 2-1 final score. Trevor Bonham, the offensive hero in this one. Warda had a solo shot, but nothing much else from the Preds. The Magic are 1 win away from Atlanta. All right, guys, here we go. Game 2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. 2-seamer got him on strikes. 2 down quickly in the first. In the air, center field with carry. God! Captain Jack in game 2. The Magic draw first blood in game 2. It is 1-0.
Let's go, fellas. Come on.
Big moment for 92.
In the air, center field with carry.
Captain Jack in game 2. Oh my goodness, a 360 spin, sits down Bonham. Clip that, ship that, put it on a billboard. Here's Bonham. A lot of spin on that ball. The flip got him. The 1 hopper off the turf. Nice play from Trevor. Fair ball, up the middle. Miller got him at first. Nice play. Over there to Ackerman at first. 2 down after a couple of ground outs. Swing and a miss. 70 again. Bonham is living at perfect speeds. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Sends this game to the second. Right back to Ryan. He'll make that play. Into left field. Russell on one hop, can't come up with it. It's an Ackerman single in game 2 of the ALCS. They're getting production from all guys in the lineup. A perfect formula for Magic Dubs. Yes, he did on a 55-mile-per-hour changeup.
That's why I like it. I don't like how
Fair ball back to Ryan. It will get past him. First and second after a hit from Bonham. Stay hot, kid. Singles from Ackerman and Bonham here in the second. How about these Magic boys? Shot to center! Miller with a bomb! 3-run shot makes it 4-0 Magic in game 2. They're looking to sweep, and that will help. The beard goes yard. Let's go. So now Miller, Bonham, and Agner have gone yard today. Miller! 3-run shot! 4-0 Magic! Nice pitch there from Kratch. That will end the inning. Grant Miller's 3-run shot almost serves as a dagger. I know there's time left, but that's going to be tough to come back from. To right field, that one will stay in the yard. Ackerman makes that play. 1 down in the second. Swing and a miss. He gets Ryan chasing over the zone.
Go 5, come on baby, stay in there, stay in there.
My last one to BP. A little better standing.
Got him on the corner. Bonham strikes out Russell. We head to the third. Bonham putting up 2 scoreless innings on that board. Pitching depth paying off in this league. Got him on the corner. Shot to left center, off the wall. Jack pimped it, but it wasn't gone. Oh, it's a not top play if I've ever seen one.
What is this guy doing?
Bat flip and all.
Let's go, Jack! Oh no!
I totally thought I was gone.
Swing and a miss. Kratch gets Bonham. Outside, ball 4. First and second now for Ackerman. Tip into the zone, nice pitch there from Ryan Kratch. The tumbler into the tin. Fair ball to the left side is Russell. He'll tag Miller. Nice play over there from Brennan. And now we head to the bottom of the third in game 2 as Bonham struts out to the turf. 3 outs away. Right field, Ackerman makes that play. 1 down in the third. AJ barely had to move. Now it's Warda.
Keep moving around, up, down, left, right, low, up.
You should see the other bats they use, like the moonshot bats. It's so different.
Ground ball fair, off the base, out at first. Ackerman retires Warda. 2 down in the third. And now it's Ryan Kratch, an MVP candidate. The one man in way of a trip to ATL.
You know what to do here, kid. Let's go.
Yeah, that's actually something. I'd rather have that than like a series.
Perfect game for Bonham, and the Magic are going to Atlanta. Strike 3 on Kratch, and the Magic sweep the Preds. Oh my goodness. Bonham came into this year disrespected, undervalued, throws a perfect game in the ALCS. So proud of this kid and this whole entire team. Such a team victory today. It will be the Metro Magic versus the Eastern Eagles in the World Series at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Metro Magic's first ever World Series appearance. Well, Preds, it's tough. It was an up and down year for you guys. I'll go to the captain first. How would you sum up 2023? Because you got a lot of criticism early on. You corrected the ship, and for you to fall to a great Magic squad, just what comes to mind right now?
Well, Cratch said it best just before we broke out of our huddle. You know, we didn't play very well starting out the year, but you know, we battled back. We were counted out a lot. A lot of people didn't believe in us, and we used that as fire. Picked up a lot of loose change that we had, and just knit it up. I'm really proud of these guys for picking it up. Rudy started to play really well, so you know, we're looking forward to 2024 to see what we can do.
Cratch, once again, another MVP caliber type of year. How are you always going to remember this squad in particular, though?
I mean, just the adversity. We were 2-7 at one point. A lot of people wrote us off, and you know, we took that as an opportunity to prove everybody wrong. We put the chip on our shoulder, and we played very well. To even get to this point for where we started is very impressive for us, but you know, obviously we're not satisfied. This stings, but 2024 we're looking to correct that.
Great season, Ryan and the Preds. Oh my God, man! Hey, first give it up for yourselves. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Come on, boys. Hot Atlanta, hot Atlanta.
I will go to Trevor Bonham, who is going to be our player of the day today, with a 2-run shot in a perfect game. Just how locked in were you today at the field?
I was locked. I mean, I got a good BP sesh from Grant. He was giving me tips and stuff, and then he also gave me some live BP on the side over there, and it got me ready for the game. Let's just say that.
And Grant, for people at the field, they can see, but you love giving some wisdom and some wise words to your younger guys. How fun is that for you, and for it to pay off? Like, how rewarding is that?
Oh yeah, this is why I wanted to play in MLW, to play with younger guys, pass the game along. I mean, these guys have been sponges all year, so I mean, give it up to them. They've played so great, so great.
And RJ, coming in, were there any nerves? I know the pregame interview you felt confident, but actually being there on the mound, did it feel different? And then when you got that win, how good did it feel?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't pay attention to the words you just said. I'm just so happy, like being a fan.
You're going to Atlanta, bro.
Being a fan, like I'm trying not to lose it right now, because like being a fan last year, it's just.
It's crazy, bro.
I'm so happy.
RJ, give it up, RJ.
Goated.
I just want to say this as a commissioner, RJ and Grant and all you guys are the standard for what I love to see when you guys come to the field. You guys gel well, so well together. You play the right way. Very proud of you guys. I want to go to Jack Agner, the captain. Come on over here, Jack. Now assembling this squad, you know, getting Curdy off a UDFA, getting Bonham in a trade, Grant off-season addition, same with RJ, Ackerman, UDFA. It's such a constructed roster, so how rewarding is this for you, the manager, to have it pay off?
I mean, it's awesome. It's been a journey putting all these pieces together, and you know, it's been a few years in the making to finally break through in such a complete team win. I've been saying it all year. Everyone's been contributing, doing their part when they need to. We really had no weaknesses today, and it was so awesome to show up and take care of business, and can't wait to be a part of what, you know, we're gonna do in Atlanta.
I'm smiling like this is my team. I'm just so happy for you guys. You guys are all just such good dudes. Super happy for the Magic, and it's going to be a good World Series. I guess one final question. I guess we'll go to Grant or RJ. Initial thoughts on facing the Eagles?
No, yeah, the goal wasn't to get there. The goal was to win there. Job's not finished, and we're going to be ready.
And you, Grant? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just the gesture, just the head nod, and that's going to send us to the outro of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe in that corner and see the last video from us in that corner. All of our links in the description below. We'll see you next time in Atlanta.
Let's go, man!
when Dan comes on, you know it's going to be good. He couldn't make it here. We're not quite special enough for that.
It's
but
so hard to get Dan
really
on this
is.
podcast, but we at least got him virtually. So
I saw Dan this weekend, thankfully.
Really?
Yeah, rare.
That's yeah.
He didn't really invite me. I kind of just showed up.
How did you organize that?
I heard through the grapevine that
Did you have to set up an appointment or something?
No, there was no
secretary?
appointments.
No?
He doesn't answer my calls, so I had to talk to a friend of a friend of a friend, and then I intercepted him.
Nice.
And got him for a half hour or so.
Classic.
Yeah, but thanks for joining us, Dan. We got Dallas too, guys. Gonna be a good episode today, talking about the NLCS. Some of us here were winners, some of us were losers. Won't know any names, you probably already know. But Jack to mediate, Jack to intervene, and the rest is going to be history. So this is the Pipe It Up podcast. Cue the intro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pipe It Up podcast, the official podcast of MLW Wiffle Ball. Got your co-hosts today back in the building, sad after our Lions loss, and we also got a guest in the studio for the first time in what feels like forever.
I know, we haven't had someone live in the flesh in a while.
It's my enemy.
Some fresh meat down here
my
in
own
the
enemy.
stew.
I know, we need some fresh meat down here. Brought in my enemy so I could grill him for an hour. But Dallas, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Not a problem. We also have Dirty Dan on the Zoom call here. Dan didn't want to be left out, although he didn't want to come over for some reason. Claims he didn't have a ride. That was the excuse I heard.
That is the excuse, but glad to be back on, Tom.
Oh, always a pleasure to have you, Dan. Dan
Didn't have a ride. Can you not drive, Dan?
I don't have a car with me. I can drive.
He's just stuck in Ann Arbor, I guess.
Yeah.
High off that big win on Saturday.
I am. That was a good win.
God, I went to
that was a good one, Tom.
I got offered tickets to the Michigan State game. Great seats too. And we didn't make it very long in that stadium. It was a pretty early exit.
Yeah, that was not really much of a fight.
No, my teams lost a combined like 90-6 this weekend, so it was tough.
It was brutal.
And the Mallards lost, so it was like a triple whammy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just 1, 2, 3.
You did get slammed.
Bad for sure. But Dallas is feeling good. Dan's feeling good. The Wolverines and the Eagles had a much better weekend. But I guess we can talk about the NLCS, of course. That's why we're all gathered here today. Eagles are 1 week away from their World Series in Atlanta. So, fellas, where do we begin? What a series. Where do we begin? Game 1? Is that where we begin?
Why not?
I think you kind of need to facilitate this, Jack.
It only makes sense.
A little bit.
I need to facilitate it?
I mean, I don't know. I could.
I was thinking that I would just more so interject when needed to. But we got the three people who were
we got a lot of competitors here.
A lot of competiters here.
All right, well, we can get into it. You can mediate if you want.
Okay.
Step in, of course.
I will.
You want to.
I will.
So game 1. Let's go pregame. How are you guys feeling confidence-wise? I said it on the pod already in the predictions podcast. I wasn't like cocky, but I did think we were like the favorite going in. I felt confident. What was the Eagles clubhouse feeling like?
For me at least, I knew that all the fans thought that we had no shot of winning that series. They were thinking, oh, they beat the D-backs. Now they're just going to lose the Mallards, and it didn't mean anything. So we had a little bit chip of our shoulder knowing that pretty much all the fans thought we had no shot of winning that series. And I was pretty confident going into it too. I do have a good history against the Mallards in series. I don't know what my record is, but I know I have a winning record, so I was pretty confident going into that series.
Mentally, he's feeling good. No numbers to back it up, apparently, but I was feeling good. We were feeling good. We saw Dallas well earlier in the year. We beat you on opening day that first game. You came back and beat us in game 3, but I think there was a lot of confidence on both sides, but the needle had to sway one way or the other. So let's talk about, we got into the scoring a little bit here. So we had a scoreless first inning. Both pitchers looked pretty smooth. I think you got a 1-2-3 first. And then the Eagles got the party started with Landon Urgitis. He's pesky, man. He's been a pesky out for us Mallards the last couple of years. And it was first and second, I believe. He hit a shot up the middle. And then a run came in. I had a bit of an errant throw that scored a second run. That ball really floated on me. I watched it in real time. I remember thinking, like, I feel like Robos had a shot at catching that. But watching it back, that thing sailed pretty bad. I don't think he was anywhere.
It did get out of hand pretty quickly.
It did.
Sailed out of there. I mean, I think it was the right play, though.
Oh, I had to go home with it. But, I got to keep it within the backstop for sure. It was like a...
That's so hard. It's so hard to do.
I know it is. It's tough. You're rushing, and it's, like, awkward. But it stung. You know, being down 1-0 would have been bad enough as it is. Being down multiple runs in a postseason game is never where you want to be.
Yeah.
Especially at your own error. And I was like, oh, geez. So they had a man on second, then no outs, but then Robos battled back. Got out of the inning. And then bottom 2, Dal, I was up against you, and I hit the solo home run. Yep. And that was off of a drop ball.
Yeah, slide drop.
Slide drop. And I also homered off a slide drop in the opening day series, right, against you?
It was some kind of drop, some form of it. So
it's important to note. I will say
one of his 7 different drops.
Yeah. Well, how many drops do you have for the fans?
I don't know, like 3 or 4 maybe if I can figure it out. Just all different arm slots from way down submarine to over the top. So
okay, it felt like a big run because, like I said, being down only 1
is huge.
With the power that we have in our lineup with Robles and myself, I was like, okay, we're back in this thing now.
Yeah, I mean, two, like you were saying, you know, that second run coming across hurt, but I mean, you got to go into those games knowing that 2 runs is probably not going to be enough to win the game.
I mean,
anyway.
it can be.
You know what I mean?
It
can for sure. But it seems like in the postseason, you know, typically you gotta be a little bit stronger than that at the plate.
Yeah, I wasn't like really worried or anything. I knew, like I said, we were seeing the ball very well. I was confident in Jordan. I had practiced a lot before this one and gotten a decent amount of sleep before this one, so I was feeling confident a little bit. So when we were down 2-0, I was like, not where you want to be, but I didn't think it was all over and done either. So we get the 1 back in the bottom of the second. Top 3, Robles shuts the door, and then bottom 3 is when the drama ensued. So Preston was leading it off, base knock, big hit from the kid, and then Robles struck out. Then I came to the dish, and that's when the walk-off went down.
Sad times.
I think I didn't watch the full at bat back yet, guys, but I think the count was 1-0. Does that sound right to you? You might not remember.
I think so. I'm not really sure. I just remember what pitch I threw when Tom hit me.
Yeah, we'll give you guys the inside scoop. So. I guess I don't want to toot my own horn too much here, Jack, but I want to give the fans the scoop.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give them the scoop. So, yeah, my first at-bat was the home run off of the drop. So then this next at-bat, I kind of figured I was going to get a riser at some point. I remember telling that to Matt and telling it to Davenport, like, he's going to give me a riser. I just can't miss it. And we talked about all year long how, like, you got to execute in those big moments. You got to execute in those big moments. So I'm sitting there on deck just, like, thinking about it, like, I'm going to get this riser, and I cannot miss it. I cannot miss it. I cannot miss it. So I'm sitting on it, and I thought maybe Dallas would outclass me and just never throw me one because he knew that's what I wanted. Because you kind of know I'm not a drop guy, don't you?
So, sorry, quick interjection.
Yeah.
Had you been throwing him any risers at all to this point?
I mean, occasionally, but like I said, I know Tom hits sliders and risers very well. But my only problem with throwing him drops there is I knew in opening day and just now in the last inning that Tom had hit 2 home runs off of me off of 2 drop balls. So it was kind of tough for me to pitch to Tom at that point.
Yeah,
so,
makes sense.
Yeah, so I knew that he probably didn't want to throw a drop again because of the home run ball. And I was totally sitting drop to start the day off because I figured that's all I was going to get. But he did mix in like a riser or 2 that I just let go by. And I'm like, oh, those are pitches that were really hittable compared to some of these drop balls. So after I hit the home run, I'm like, he's probably going to start me with one here. But then I think you threw a drop first. And I just took it. And then next pitch riser. And I just couldn't believe it. Like pure shock of like actually getting what you wanted and executing.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I'm not very good at golf. I know Dallas is a golfer and
Dallas can golf.
And I'm sure you can relate to when you think through like your whole process of the shot and like what you're aiming to do.
Yeah,
and it actually works out like exactly like that. That's how I imagine you probably felt, Tom, is you thought about everything leading up to that moment, including the opening day series and factoring that in. And then, you know, you went out with a plan of like what you were going to look for and execute. And it was literally exactly how you wanted it to. And you connected with it.
It was like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. You don't really have, I guess, like good memories of those intense moments. Like it happened so fast.
Yeah.
But I remember, like I said, telling people like, I cannot miss this riser. I'm pacing. I'm pacing behind the backstop. You know what I mean? Like I cannot miss this pitch. I cannot miss this pitch. So I was so happy that I actually got one and then hit it. And then there was that picture of me and Robles hugging. And I wanted to share some backstory on that because pretty much what I was saying to him was like, I got you, dude. I got you because this is not an excuse by any means because there's guys in MLW that drive an hour every time, 3 hours every time like RJ or 5 hours like Bennett has or Pishka has. But unfortunately, because it was playoff day too, it stunk. But we had a nightmare Robles travel day that weekend for the series. So he was supposed to fly out. So it played on a Sunday. It was played on a Sunday at September. And we had a flight booked for him like Saturday afternoon. So we'd get in, we could grab dinner, and then get some rest, and then play Sunday morning. I think we had like 11 a.m. start, something like that.
Yeah, it was something really like that.
Yeah, so
love that.
He gets to the airport in New York, which is like an hour and a half from where he lives, and it's just delay. Like it was 4 or 5 different delays, and I'm just sitting here waiting to go pick him up. Another text delay. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then at like 9:30 p.m., he's like, yep, canceled. And I'm like, dude, like it's just a nightmare scenario because we're on this deadline of getting all these games in before the World Series. We want to have time to plan which teams are going to be in the World Series. So we didn't know what to do. And every flight there's 3 airports kind of near New York City. It's JFK, it's LaGuardia, and Newark, New Jersey. Every flight there, anywhere canceled that day. Everything was canceled. There was no flights leaving. So then the hotel started filling up, so I couldn't find anywhere to put him for the night. And it was 11 p.m. now, and he's stuck in New York City. I have nowhere to put him, so we're coordinating that, trying to figure out where to put him. No planes coming back. We're like, what are we going to do with the series? We're going to reschedule this and do like back-to-back with the ALCS the next week. And somehow, I swear to you, Jack, there was 0 planes coming to Detroit. And we happened to look at the Grand Rapids, Michigan airport, which is like an hour and 45 minutes west of where we're at. And there was 1 single plane coming from one of those 3 airports to direct to Grand Rapids in the morning. So we booked it. And I was like, I don't know how, but there's 1 plane coming, and hopefully it doesn't get canceled because there was no other planes coming the next day. Everything was canceled. It was crazy because of weather. So worked out. I had to, he had a long night, didn't get a lot of sleep probably, and then I had to drive 2 hours one way and 2 hours back to get him right to the field, played. So like when I hugged him, I was like, I got you. Like I know it was a long, crappy travel day, but let's win this series.
Dang.
So that was a funny picture, I thought.
That
That's
meant a lot more than
hug.
Yeah, after all that too.
A lot long days. Once again, everyone in MLW travels, crazy, drive a long time or done. Like Bennett relocated himself for the summer and lived like in Michigan. So people go through that stuff all the time, but that was just him and I, like, I got you. I know it's been a crappy travel schedule, but I got you here.
Yeah, that's a cool moment.
And I wanted to bring up the fact that Dallas, there's a clip of you there included where you were kind of crouched down on the mound, visibly shaken up, frustrated, obviously. What's going through your mind after that home run, losing game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I know. I had to remember that it was a 3-game series in this time, and that I knew that whoever was on the mound in game 2 could get through it, and we could win that game, and that I knew coming back to game 3 that we could win 2 games in a row. Like, it wasn't out of the fact. We could definitely do it and win 2 in a row, and game 1 wouldn't even matter at that point.
Did you say anything to Dallas, Dan, post-game?
I mean, I was just kind of talking to the whole team, just like Dallas said, just trying to lift our spirits up. Dallas knew it was a 3-game series, so I was just, trying to lift his head up. He'd have more opportunities, but I think credit goes out to Blade a lot too. Going back out there in game 2, pitching his butt off, it really sparked us.
And one thing I'll say too is I kind of take back to the NLDS in 2022 in that game 2 where I kind of fell apart, and then